trends for the future.
Okay. Well, we're also joined by Sadanand Shetty, Vice President and Senior Fund Manager Equity at Taurus Asset Management. Sadanand, thank you for joining us. What's your view on oil and gas stocks, and in your portfolios, what percentage holdings were in these oil and gas stocks?
Good morning, Ashu. I think what government did is something which path-breaking in terms of something market has been waiting for long. We have a decent weight in oil and gas and related companies in the portfolio. We are very positive. We think the re-rating is due for the companies in the sector. That's something will outperform over the next couple of period of time till the time we see it coming into the fair value. Our take is on that, rather than looking at price hike or kind of a decision which is taken, one has to look at the resolve which government has been adopting for the sustained and fiscal prudence which government is adopting, something which have a longer term impact on market, especially in terms of the government borrowings which could impact the government finances, as well as the perspective of international agencies and the international investor, way they look at in India in a current scenario.
Okay.
Right, and in fact coming to you, Sadanand, on the IT stocks, in terms of the kind of cross-currency movement that we have been seeing, do you think that that will be too much of a dampener on the balance sheet of most of these IT companies, and do you think that it will play spoilsport, or are you bullish on this sector overall?
These cross currents are not the first of time which IT companies in India are actually going through. It's if you look at the companies in India, they are $4 billion, $5 billion company with a really profit base of 1 billion plus kind of levels. If you look at most tier 1 companies. So they have gone through these phases of cross-currency volatility. If you look at the scenario currently, when we interacted with the several large tier 1 companies, clearly indicates that there is a robust demand scenario which is continues to remain at least for next couple of quarters. In fact, we think IT sector would perhaps one of the few sector which could see earnings upgrade post Q1 numbers. We continue to remain bullish on the sectors.
Alright, Sadanand, this is not Devina, actually Avan here, but
I'm sorry.
No worries at all. But Deepak, would that be a thought that you would also concur with, Sadanand, with respect to the IT sector?
If you look at the really long-term trend in these stocks, they have been always delivering good returns, especially the majors year over year. But currently, the strongest of the lot are running sideways. They're not really taking off. And you are seeing a little bit of weakness in stocks like HCL Technologies, which closed at a 4 or 5 week low on Friday. Mphasis, though it made a bit of a move, has also been slipping downwards. Patni Computers. So there is pressure on, apart from the frontline stocks, the second level stocks are, I think, seeing a little bit of pressure right now.
Harendra, coming to you on the infrastructure pack, according to some analyst estimates, India could see infrastructure orders worth about 14 lakh crore within the next 3 years. But would there be any picks within that sector that you may have?
Actually, I think the mid and small infrastructure companies are trading at a discount to the fair valuations. I think the order book is lined up pretty neatly, and I think execution should pick up. We like Mothercon projects, we like Hindustan Construction in the space, and IVRCL as well.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much, Harendra, for being with us on the show on Hot Stocks with Ashu. That we'll let you go at that. But coming to you, Sadanand, perhaps on the banking space, do you think that there's more potential in the PSU lot, considering that the kind of returns that they provide are much higher than the private banks, and would you have some picks within those PSU lot?
Yes, I think we are actually positive on banking space. We know that as usual, whenever there is a rate hike scenario happens, banking stocks generally underperform. But these are the normal knee-jerk reaction which we think happens generally in the market. Our take on PSU bank is that basically, this is a year where the PSU banks could see increase in their CASA ratios substantially high, or maybe gradually moving up, which could impact their NII margin significantly. Besides, we also see fee-based income should be going up for the PSU banks, especially. Besides, you could have a scenario when the robust economic recovery could have an impact on the NPA levels of several companies, which is incrementally could be lesser and lesser as you go forward. And it's a pack which is something, a large part of economy. We have a larger weight in all the indices, something which cannot ignore, and you cannot be a too underweight on this pack. And historically it is seen that if you look at the data point since 2004 to 2008, if you kind of correlate with the larger Sensex basket, you would see there were very few period of time when Bankex as a index actually underperformed more than 6-month period of time, not more than 4 times in last 5 to 6 years. So it's something you must have to have a presence with a reasonable good kind of a banks in your portfolio.
Sadanand, thank you for joining us. Sadanand Shetty is Vice President and Senior Fund Manager, Equity at Taurus Asset Management. Deepak, let me ask you this on the index itself. We've pretty much just kind of held on to this 53